Chef, we're in the prep kitchen now. We're getting prepared to prepare this dish, the prime cut chicken. What's our first steps?
First step is getting a good piece of chicken, good piece of poultry. Then I like making a little brine here. Very simple. Salt, hot sauce. I use Crystal, little onion, little bay leaf from your garden.
I saw
and
those
some
fresh
sugar,
bay leaves.
sugar and salt. And then I just place this little guy in there, give him a little bath. Then I'll flip him over. I'll put a little piece of plate or something to kind of keep it, submerged, and then go for that. And then while we're kind of letting that rest, we could be doing something else.
How long will you keep it in this brine?
You know, it depends on the thickness. That I'll probably do about an hour and a half, 2 hours in that brine. So about for every 4 quarts of water, I do about a cup and a half of salt, and I do about a quarter cup of sugar, and then I do about a quarter cup of hot sauce.
And if you're doing your chicken like this, do you do your Thanksgiving turkey the same?
I absolutely do.
That's what I figured you'd say.
Yes, sir.
So while we're brining, what can we get going now?
Let's go talk about these chanterelles. So little chanterelles, these are from Missouri. Kind of give them a little clean. And then I like to just kind of clean them up. You can notice the nice little white in there.
So I have friends that are always foraging or watching chefs as we're foraging in the woods, or have friends sending us beautiful mushrooms available, year-round throughout the season. How do you tell the chanterelle apart? I know it's a prized mushroom.
Well, the gills. It doesn't have any, right?
So I see it looks like it's got gills, but you can see how it just
kinda
disappears into the stem here.
Exactly, and it's more of like I would say an aesthetic than anything else. Whereas it's more pronounced with like shiitakes or like jack-o'-lantern type mushrooms, which look very similar to chanterelle, but are obviously poisonous.
And so, this being the false gills, you can see how the stem disappears into the veins here. And then in a poisonous mushroom, it looks like the chanterelle that's also yellow. I know when you cut it, the jack-o'-lantern is yellow throughout, and the chanterelle, you're gonna get that white, you can see that white meat in the middle and the white flesh. And so obviously these are extremely aromatic. So what are we doing with these chanterelles?
So basically simple. We're gonna do a little, we're gonna saute them and just on the grill and do a little thyme and garlic and butter, kind of set those aside. And then we'll, we jump into our scrambled eggs here. We're gonna do basically a double boiler of scrambled eggs. And, I'm just going to basically kind of stir them over a steam and just add a little cream, some egg yolk, and some Parmesan.
So they're gonna be super soft.
So it's gonna be really
velvety.
silky. It's almost gonna be the texture of polenta, and that's what I want.
Explain
The sauce.
this here.
So this is our brown butter. So I'm gonna save all the trimmings off of our chanterelles, any trimmings off of our chicken. I'm gonna roast the bones and all that. I'm gonna add our, shallots in there and deglaze with some sake and some sorghum and that kind of thing, and then just basically reduce that whole concoction down. And right there, after I take that, I take these brown butter bits and I blend them together, and so you get this delicious, wonderful kind of custardy kind of texture.
So this is going to be nice, custardy. I'm assuming it's going to be real nutty from the brown butter.
Absolutely.
And then you've got all the sake, the sorghum, the vinegar, and everything is going to really round out the umami of this flavor, right?
Absolutely.
That's super rich. I mean, obviously buttery, but that nutty from toasting the butter. You do have that umami all the way throughout that. This is going to be fantastic.
I'm looking forward to it. And last but not least, we've got our Brussels sprouts, and with those, I'm just kind of I halved them, and I'm just going to basically sear them and grill them on our grill tomorrow, and just kind of finish them off in that wood burning oven, and then put our dish together.
So these tonight when we're cooking these, we're going to take these face down.
Yep.
You want them face down to caramelize? Or?
Yep, face down caramelization, then flip them over in the oven. Might add a little butter to baste and maybe a little chicken stock, and just kind of glaze them, and then we'll pull them out when they're nice and soft.
Say, let's take this to the fire.
Let's do it.
It's game time.